The major talking point in tonight's lineup is a first start since August for Kevin De Bruyne. Remember, it was on the opening day against Burnley when his hamstring betrayed him.
Got to give a mention to KDB. Pep spoke in the press conference about whether he would start. There was that question, the cliche all the time, new signing, but he will feel like that.
It will do, and also for Kevin, that he'll have the wisdom now of missing 6 months and knowing how much he loves football.
And to have a fit and firing Kevin De Bruyne fresh for the last 4.5 months of the season, it's going to be quite scary for everybody.
There's a problem down there for Kevin De Bruyne.
3 to 4 months, how big a loss is that?
Will Kevin De Bruyne ever be fit again?
Kevin is so important. When he'll be back, he will be back.
De Bruyne looking to shoot. Oh, he scored! Kevin De Bruyne is back!
The king is back. That's what it is.
So Kev, what have you been up to for the last 5 months?
Been everywhere, don't I?
When did you first feel that something maybe wasn't right last season with you?
Bayern away. That was the first time I actually felt something in my hamstring. Well, obviously we took a scan and we were like, okay, there's a little tear in there. But, I didn't feel too bad where I say I can't play. So obviously, if I felt I was able to perform at the level that I need to perform, I wanted to be available.
Kev has had issues, obviously, at the back end of last year, but preceding that. So, it's like these things always are, is a combined approach in terms of, obviously getting a diagnosis, a scan, understanding what we're dealing with, and then coming up with a plan to allow him to do as much as possible.
I don't think I actually trained that much, or I trained by myself. Depending on how I felt, we just managed in a way, didn't play a game, then I played 2 games.
Kev's the one that's going out and training and playing, so certainly a lot of that was led because of Kev's approach and Kev's understanding of his own body in terms of what he can deal with and how he needs to sort of manage to, really get out there and perform to the level that he's capable of.
Scores against Arsenal. Kevin De Bruyne! One of the biggest goals of the season.
I had a really good end to the season, so honestly I made the right decision, and I helped the team be where they needed to be, and I made the decision at that point, and I go with the decision, and we found a way to perform.
So the stage is set inside the Emphatic Stadium. The supporters here from Manchester City and from Internazionale of Milan. There's a problem down there for Kevin De Bruyne, and this is a big concern for Manchester City and Pep Guardiola.
Obviously it's not nice to get injured in the final, obviously because it's the second time that it happened.
There's a collision here involving Antonio Rudiger and Kevin De Bruyne. You see the devastation on his face.
That game had, so much riding on it, and I think so much emotion for everybody. You spend a lot of time with the players, and of course, whenever they hit a setback, you feel that a little bit with them as well, from on a personal level. So initially, it's always more concerned about the player than the occasion.
City can't get to the loose one. It's a goal kick. City come on, winning the Champions League. Pinch me.
In a way, I was proud about what I accomplished in the last months with everything injury-wise and personal-wise. There was a lot of things happening.
7 years to fighting, we did it. We did it, Kev. Now we have it.
Here with Kevin. They had to do it without you tonight, didn't they?
Yeah, it's been a hard 2 months for me. I've got a lot of issues with my hamstring, and it's a shame because I felt really good in the first half an hour and I thought I was doing well, but we won, so that's it. Now it's time to celebrate. People maybe gonna give me stick for that final, but what can I do? I did everything that I needed to do in 2 months, and then maybe the week that I've actually felt the best in like 7-8 weeks, it pops and there's nothing I can do about it, you know, and we won everything, and I think I played a big part into that, so you know, I'm just proud of what I did and the decision that I took.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I've already been here 2 hours. Where have you been? You're late.
Once we knew Kev was okay, then it's always about, right, well, kind of you've won that, what's next? Now we need to know, leading into sort of pre-season and then August leading into the season, like we need Kev back and firing, and that becomes the thought process then.
The whole summer I'm trying to work hard, and obviously you enjoy yourself, but every day you're working to get ready back in the season, and I wasn't mentally ready to do that, and I was tired.
You know, we tried to support him through that period, and you've got to find that balance of rest and recuperation versus training. The lads did so much and pushed so hard last season to achieve something that was incredible, really, that it takes a physical toll and it takes just an emotional and a psychological toll. So we knew building into the tour, obviously it was just about understanding where he was and, you know, really maximising that kind of like initial recovery, and he did everything as always that he was asked to do and very well, and was again looking like he was in a really good place.
I was in a good place, you know, I was training really hard, everything was fine, and it's not nice training by yourself, but in a way there's nothing else you can do.
It's the opening night of the new 2023-24 Premier League campaign. It's the champions of the championship against last season's triple winners. It's Burnley against Manchester City.
I actually came back in a good way. I came back pretty fit. You know, I've been training for 3 weeks. Everything was fine. Scans were fine. Measurements, tests, everything was okay.
75 days since the last day of last season. We are ready to do it all again.
Obviously, I think I started the game pretty well. We scored pretty quick, and you know, I did good. Then obviously, I did the movement. Then you know, I popped my hamstring again.
Kevin De Bruyne, who has been nursing a hamstring problem through the summer. It's just not what Manchester City fans wanted to see.
Turn attention straight to Kevin De Bruyne. He goes off injured in the first half.
The thing is, Macca, it's very easy to be wise after the event. He knows his body, and if he didn't feel ready, he'd have said so, sure.
There's talk about the fact that he could be out for a few months. There's talk about the fact that it could be the start of the decline for our sweet Belgian prince.
I was very frustrated, and I just wanted to go back inside, you know, because obviously I worked so hard during the summer to get back in time.
How is Kevin De Bruyne limped off early in the game?
Yeah, unfortunately he's injured again, and that is a problem. In the same position, I think he said to me. Now we lost him for a time, so we have to reflect and talk with the doctor, the physio, what happened with him, because he was feeling really good, he was playing really good in the first minutes. So unfortunately he's injured again.
Some of these things are unavoidable. It's never one thing that you can sort of point to and say that's the key, that's what kind of caused an injury, and I don't think it is that. Like I said, when you're pushing, these things do happen, and it's, you know, they're always trying to come back quickly, like, and that is the nature of elite sport. You do reflect and you do look at things, and you know, you want to do the best for the player, and you know, you don't want that to happen.
I didn't feel like it was that bad. I felt a pop, but I can walk. And then obviously the day after I came in and I was like, I've got a problem here, you know, I can't really walk, and I've never had that. So when I got the verdict I need surgery, it was obviously not nice to hear.
Kevin De Bruyne being out for 4 months, maybe even longer. It's a big, big blow, not least to City, but of course for De Bruyne himself.
What, play?
No, just you know, go on the pitch, jog or anything.
Once. Yeah. Probably like a set or something.
Basically, I'm a 32-year-old football player who's been playing 15 years, almost 700 games. Sometimes it goes too hard. Had a couple of hamstring injuries, and now basically my hamstring was a wet paper towel. That's what they called it after surgery.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like if in a direct translation they would say a wet paper towel. You know, I had, because of the injuries that I had so many scarring. So that was the issue, that the whole hamstring was just getting really weak, and then obviously the tendon was ruptured, and you know they did what they needed to do, clean it out, and it was the best decision.
In this documentary, what is Kevin doing? Oh, he's moving his toe left and right.
Through any rehab process, we have milestones, we have exit criteria, and we want to see you kind of walk before you run. We want to see you do all these things in a stepwise progression. And it's kind of reverse engineering. Like, we know where we want Kev to be at the end. If anything, we aim higher than he was, and then we work backwards. So, right, to get to this point, to go into training, where do we need him to be on pitch? How much time do we need to allow him to adapt and to do the different movements that we need in order to get the confidence and the repetition that he can go into training? And then it's kind of going, right, okay, well, this is a football sense. Now for Kev, what other things can we do to help him along this process? From nutrition to kind of player ops to, you know, sports science to medical to physios. You know, everybody was aware of the plan and had ability to contribute, so we could give Kev the best support possible.
I don't think people necessarily understand when you're playing every 3 days, there's just no time to work on a lot of things, because you're just going from playing to recovery to playing to recovery. And you know, I've been doing this for 14-15 years straight, and then especially last 10 years I've been playing European Cups, national team.
You know what happened when I was here 25? I played 76 games that year. 76? The World Cup we play until 3rd and 4th place, so we play every game. And then here we win almost every trophy.
So I've always never had the time to either rest or work on some things that I probably needed to work on. You know, obviously I knew I was going to be out for about 5 months, so I actually had some time to do that.
Day 147. We're getting there.
It's a tough one, because when a player's injured, it's not where they want to be. Like, it tends to be kind of professionally the lowest point that they're going to be at. You know, it takes a degree of adjustment. We try and keep them on a fairly kind of consistent program, which helps from like just a rehab and a training perspective, and that we can understand when we need to train and when we need to recover and when we're going to fit all the different components of that into Kev's week. But I think, you know, to just have that ability to be a little bit flexible and to, you know, occasionally drop the kids off at school or pick the kids up and not miss birthdays and family gatherings and meals, like that should be something that you maximise when you can.
If I wanted to plan a weekend with the family or go to Belgium or see my friends, I was able to plan that in advance, where, you know, obviously normally that it doesn't work out, does it? Like, there's no chance. And in a way it was nice to do some normal stuff and just have fun outside of football.
You a big F1 fan?
I'm a big F1 fan, yeah. I enjoy it, so this is great to be here.
Good stuff. Get well soon.
You know, in a way I enjoyed it, because there's things that I've never done in 15 years, and all these little trips that I've done always fell in a period where it was time for me to get a little break, you know, and rest my body and enjoy myself, so it was good. Obviously, when we played the Club World Cup, I was starting to train with the team, so I was pretty much involved with it. Obviously, you want to play, so that's still a different feeling, but that was actually nice to be there. It was a lot of positives, you know, for me, and just to be around the team and winning that 5th one.
Well, the headline news today is actually on the bench, where for the first time since August is the sight of Kevin De Bruyne. A serious hamstring injury which required surgery has seen his enforced absence. Might we see a little cameo from him this afternoon?
We spoke about it and we said, like, let's just be involved with the team, but I'm not going to play. So I know what is happening. I'm just going to get a little bit in a rhythm of being back with the squad before it actually happens. You know, warm up on the touchline, knowing that the people are going to be happy maybe about seeing me back after being out for that long, and that was about it. And you know, it was actually like a quite relaxing experience.
Well, there are huge cheers ringing around the Etihad at the moment because they've seen Kevin De Bruyne warm up.
I thought there'd been another goal there that we missed.
I didn't know it was going to be that loud. It was actually really, really loud, and I was a little bit surprised. You know, you don't really want to know what to do. You still want to be serious. I'm not going to fly around and say, hey guys, how is it? I don't know. It's just, it was really nice and yeah, special.
Well, that's what it means to these Manchester City fans to see him back.
I mean, I've never ever been at a ground where 40-odd thousand people are standing up clapping, a substitute warming up.
Yeah.
What Kevin needs is accumulate weeks training sessions, weeks and weeks and weeks and minutes, weeks and minutes.
The Blues begin the defence of the FA Cup. They won as the second part of that historic treble.
It felt good. I got out of the game what I needed to get.
Well, he's run onto the field to a huge ovation, and he's just been given the captain's armband by Ruben Diaz.
You know, it was good to have some touches, some runs.
To Oscar Bob.
I came in and we scored really quickly, 3-4-0, and I just felt comfortable. That's all that I really needed at that time.
Kevin De Bruyne back in the team, back with an assist.
Kevin De Bruyne off the bench, got an assist, as if he's never been away. Apart from the fact that he's got a new floppy haircut, which I quite like, just to differentiate this season's Kevin De Bruyne.
Made it look like he'd been out injured since the 1990s.
Yeah.
You know why I like his hair? Because somewhere along the line he said, I'm going to change my hair, man.
There's no plan, actually. I don't know. It's not always easy when you play with it, but then I said, like, I'm not playing for a long time, so we'll just grow it a bit and see how it goes. And you know, I'm happy about it. So I don't know. There's not really a plan. People say I look a little bit younger now, so maybe I'll have to take it. No.
What do you think about his haircut?
Well, I'm jealous.
It feels special. It feels exciting. Both sets of players will feel that it could be pivotal.
Doku. The space for Walker. And it's a lovely finish. That is a glorious goal. Exquisite from Bernardo Silva.
Bruno Guimaraes, it's a first-time ball to Isak. He hits the shot into the net. It's Newcastle 1, City 1.
Space for Gordon. Gordon's gone for goal! Oh my word! 3 goals at the highest order inside 37 minutes. And Newcastle, thrillingly, have turned this game on its head.
I came in the game and it went so quickly. I felt like I was only on the pitch for a couple of minutes, and I was there for probably about 20 minutes or something, but it couldn't be a better way to come back into the Premier League.
So the return to the Premier League stage of one of its finest entertainers.
Everyone kind of slept on just how much of an impact he would cause. I didn't expect it to be this quickly off the bench and in quite so emphatic a way.
De Bruyne's performance, dear me.
I mean, it was just an inspired Kevin De Bruyne.
We all know he's got that in his locker. He is one superb football player.
KDB, we've missed you. We love you. It's 2-2.
How great was it to be back out there playing football in the Premier League?
I missed this, you know.
Kevin De Bruyne back. What a 24 minutes of Premier League.
To be fair, I think it was more on willpower than anything else, but yeah, it was crazy.
You know, he impacted the game. Look at the pass that he done for that Oscar Bob goal.
Ball. Bob coming in. Bob's in. Oh,
Bruyne coming off the bench with 20 minutes to go. City at that point were 2-1 down. A goal and an assist later, and it was 3 points for the champions.
To come back after that long out and to perform how he did.
The king is back. That's what it is.
It seems a long time, but in the scope of things, it's not. You know, it's very quick from you go from operation to feeling like you're never going to do anything normal again, to then at least being in the gym and being occupied, and then you blink, it's like the season, you blink and almost he's back playing. Sometimes it's an opportunity to get better, which sounds ridiculous when you're somebody at Kevin De Bruyne's level. You know, the fact he's come in and he's hit the ground running, you know, early days, but the performance has been good, he's feeling good. I think, you know, again speaks to Kev's kind of application and drive to get better, even at this stage of his career.
I was never really scared about coming back on a good level or something, you know. I think it just depends on the will more than, you know, I've been playing for 14, 15 years, so I don't see why, in a way, I would fall off quickly. I just want to be the best player I can be and help the team win, and then hopefully just have a good second part of the season, what for me is maybe the first part. So I don't know where it can get me, but I'm happy with the way everything went. I'm happy how I feel now, so hopefully I can just have a good 6 months now and then see where it ends up.